Wins News Time 1:15 on this chilly December afternoon. Nice to think about a summer tennis match, right? U.S. pro tennis player Chris Eubanks has been coaching kids in the Bronx, and he has some special work to do today and tomorrow. He joins us live on Newsline. Chris, great to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
So you're going to be
opportunity.
Yeah, you're going to be coaching kids at the Cary Lead Center on Crotona Avenue. What are you going to be teaching them? More than just tennis, right?
Yeah, it's more so just about kind of just being a resource, being someone that a lot of these kids are maybe aspiring to be tennis players, maybe they're aspiring to be other things in life, but just kind of having someone who is, kind of gone through the ranks of junior tennis and is kind of on this little journey of life, I guess, in general, just kind of being able to be a resource, let them ask questions, do some stories, tell them some stories, just kind of do things that they might not, give them an outlet or a person to talk to that they might not ordinarily have, and then just impart whatever wisdom I have onto them. I think a lot of times that can do, wonders for the motivation of a kid who's trying to be something great.
Yeah, to see somebody who's made it, somebody who's a role model as you are. In reading up on this segment earlier today, I saw a quote from a director at the New York Junior Tennis Program saying that she visited a Bronx school and realized a lot of kids there had never even heard of Arthur Ashe. Is that what you're finding, that the kids that you work with just really aren't aware of some of the tennis greats?
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. I would say more so as we continue to, move on throughout the years, it's very, very important for all of us that do know some of the greats and the history behind tennis players like Arthur Ashe and Billie Jean King, being able to keep their names alive and allow people to continue to know if you're playing the sport, you're playing tennis, or even if you don't play tennis, there's just certain pivotal figures that you should know. I think Arthur Ashe definitely would be one of them. Even if you take away his greatness on the court, some of the philanthropy that he was able to do outside of tennis was incredible. So I think just continuing to kind of educate and tell the kids, it's no shock that as time goes on, people begin to forget. I'm sure I probably have forgotten some of the greats who maybe have paved the way years ago, but just doing as good a job as I can to continue to throw these names out there and also allow them to see themselves and some of the current professional tennis players. And then I think once they get that love of tennis and they can find someone that they want to cheer for and they want to support, then that's when, continuing to learn the history just kind of comes very natural.
All right. Well, U.S. professional tennis player Chris Eubanks doing some terrific work with kids in the Bronx. Maybe, I don't know, Chris, training the future Serenas?
I mean, that would be great, but I think the more goal is just I want to try to just get these kids to have a love of the sport and then also allow that sport to help hopefully provide a lot of structure in their life. That's something that I figured out at a very early age, that being able to play tennis consistently and traveling to tournaments, it does provide a strong sense of structure. And I think it's helped me from going throughout college and being a college tennis player and now a professional. It's I think more so about just being more of a well-rounded person. If we stumble upon the next arena, that's great. But I think more so, at least my intention is just to kind of give these kids an outlook on something different if they're not already into tennis. And if they're into tennis, just giving them the tools and the advice and the wisdom that they need to continue to progress. And then wherever the chips fall, we let them fall.
All right. Well, it sounds like a whole lot of fun and just a great program. Put a little spin on that serve for me. Well, yeah, I wish I could be out there on the court myself. Chris Eubanks, we thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
No problem at all. Thank you.